Well, thanks everybody for being here. I worked inside this building for 16 years, and when I was walking up this morning, I felt a little nostalgic. The thing that I missed the most, besides the ability to pass good legislation, was my parking space. I used to have a parking space right here. It's a pleasure to be working with MoveToAmend and Colorado Common Cause. Thank you. The MoveToAmend people just work all the time. I get emails from them at 1:30 in the morning every night. I want to thank Daphne, Steve, and Mike for all the work that they've done. And I also want to mention Elena Nunez, Katie Fleming, and Jenny Flanagan from Colorado Common Cause. They also do a lot of good work. All of these people are going to have frustrations in this life, but they'll all go to heaven, as will all of you. This issue about money in politics has really been around forever, but it's getting so much worse right now because of the Supreme Court decisions that equate money with speech and corporations with people. Our country was founded by some people who wouldn't have believed any of that. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln. Our country was founded on a principle of political equality. It's in the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. They are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. There's nothing in there that gives any indication that a corporation was endowed by their Creator with inalienable rights. Lincoln repeated it in the Gettysburg Address. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. That concept of political equality, by the way, the Gettysburg Address is right here on this building. That concept of political equality is basic to the founding of our country and to our belief in the rights of human beings, political equality. But in order to have political equality, in an era when there's vast economic inequality, there has to be a barrier between the economic inequality and the political equality that we seek. Congress has tried to do that. They passed Watergate reform legislation in 1976 to say that there can be limits on the amount of money that's contributed to candidates. The Supreme Court in Buckley versus Vallejo said, no, money is speech, there can't be any limits. Then the Congress also tried to put limits on with the McCain-Feingold bill. It's called BICRA. And in 2010, the United States Supreme Court again said that you can't put limits on money and speech. And not only that, corporations have free speech rights. Corporations who don't have any soul or heart or mind don't want to express what's in their heart or soul or mind like people do. What they want to do is increase their profits, and we've given the same free speech rights to a corporation trying to increase their profits as we've given to people who are trying to express what's in their heart and soul and mind, and it creates a dishonesty in the entire system. Not only do we, not only do we get policies that favor pharmaceutical companies and insurance companies in the healthcare debate, and do we get policies that favor oil companies in environmental debates, and do we get policies that favor the banks when we're trying to save our economy, not only do we get bad policies because they're buying the policies from Congress and state legislatures, but we get it puts a dishonesty into the whole system because these people are supposed to be representing us. They shouldn't have a conflict of interest between big donors and their voters. So if we want to get rid of this dishonesty, there's only one group that's going to be able to do it, and it's you. It's us. It's going to be a mass movement. If we want to get rid of this dishonesty, if we want to take back our government, we have to do it. Not very many legislators are going to have the courage to do it because they're addicted to the money. But legislators will do whatever they need to do to get elected. That's the weak point in the system. Legislators will, if they feel that taking that money and putting mindless name recognition television ads on television is the way to get elected, that's what they'll do. If they feel that that money is poison because it's been stigmatized by the people, they don't like it, they don't want their legislators to take money from insurance companies and banks and pharmaceutical companies and oil companies. If they feel that money is a black spot, then they'll stop taking it and they'll start representing us. They'll do whatever it takes to get elected, and the only way we can make them do the right thing is for us to vote for legislators who do the right thing. Speaking of that, Lois Court is right here right now, and I see Beth McCann. I appreciate both of them being here. Lois Court is one of the legislators in the legislature who refuses to take special interest campaign contributions. So she's one of our heroes. Thank you. And while I'm on it, I'm going to mention the other 6 legislators who refuse to take special interest money. They're Mike Johnston, Dan Pabon, Irene Aguilar, Dr. Yoshi's his last name, Dr. Janet Yoshi, Pat Stedman, and Joyce Foster. There's 7 members of the Colorado General Assembly who refuse that money. So in a few minutes, we're going to go into the legislature. We're going to go into the building, and you can find your own legislators. How many people know who their own state representative and senator is? Okay. If you don't know, we've got a computer right here. We can look it up on votesmart.org, and we can tell you. And then we've created some postcards that you can take with you. You can use these if you like. You can write on the back as well, put your own language if you prefer that. What it says is, Dear Senator or Representative, and then you can put the name of your senator or representative. I live in your district, and I'm very concerned about the effect that special interest money is having on our democratic system. I believe that the way politics is funded is one large reason why Congress and other legislative bodies have record low approval ratings. I want my legislators to represent me and not have a conflict of interest with special interest donors. Please take these 2 steps to reduce the influence of money in politics. 1, support a constitutional amendment that will make clear that money is not speech and that only human beings have constitutional rights. 2, turn down special interest committee money in your own campaigns and rely on contributions from individuals. The people in this building actually work for you. You're their boss. And like any other employee, they need supervision. They need to know what you believe, what you want them to do. They will do what you want them to do if they hear it from you. But if you don't show up, if you don't know who your state representative and senator is, and unfortunately so many Americans don't, then that vacuum is filled by interest groups that make campaign contributions, that have lobbyists, that have a presence here all the time, and that the legislature will end up working for them and not for you. So we need democracy. It doesn't just happen. It's not just free. You know, people have fought over the years in order for us to have the rights that we have, and we can't just expect them to exist without our doing something. So today's the day for us to do something. You've done something by being here right now. We have these postcards that you can pick up and go into the Capitol and speak to your own legislator and tell them, and be respectful. They're doing good work. They try to do good work for you, but don't be intimidated by them, because they actually work for you, and they want your vote, and they want to hear what you have to say.